right, welcome back to Balderdash Academy. Our points are, in last place, you have myself with 175 points. Next, we have a two-way tie between Molly and Randy at 575. Nate is next with 750, and Marie is in the lead with 825 points.
Jiminy Cricket, you guys! Jiminy Cricket!
All right, speaking of Marie, it is now time for our final pop quiz of the night. This pop quiz is from the Professor of Home Ec and Wellness, Marie Stewart Harmon. Marie, what do you have for us?
I have something that is one of my personal wellness pieces of advice, and it's something that happens sometimes when somebody drinks too much. And maybe you get really excited and perhaps you get the hiccups. And the hiccups are one of the more annoying things I think a human can experience. They feel like they're unstoppable. They just keep coming, and you have like, ugh! And so many people have been like, how can I get rid of my damn hiccups? So, faculty, I would like to know what you guys do to get rid of your hiccups, or if somebody nearby you has the hiccups. Yeah. Nate, do your kids ever get the hiccups, and how do you solve it?
They do get them, and my son hates them. He just like, it's just like, he's not the type of kid that gets depressed, but when he gets the hiccups, it's just like the plug has been pulled. He just powers down and he doesn't want to talk or do anything. It's
exhausting.
It's exhausting and it's maddening because you can't stop. You have no control over them and you don't know when they're coming. I found that the fix was we have an overabundance of I think they're called tantons. And what I do is I just take them, I cut them open, and then I put whoever has the hiccups, my kid, myself, whoever, you crawl into the tanton. That's what they're called, right, Bob?
Do you mean tauntauns?
Tauntauns, yeah. Yeah, tauntauns.
Yeah. Tantons are a hygiene product.
I don't know. They were on clearance. I don't know. But anyway,
for large space-going camels. But it's
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they use tantons, the tauntauns, but I don't know. But anyway, if you cut them open and then you crawl inside, you spend the night. Hiccups go away. I had to sew him in though because he didn't like it in there.
Okay, but it specifically has to be a tanton/tauntaun.
A tauntaun with or without a tanton. Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. But specifically that creature. Noted.
Yes.
Thank you, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
That was very,
Definitely.
very helpful. Molly, what about you? How have you ever cured the hiccups before?
Okay, so you mentioned maybe you're a little inebriated, you got the hiccups. So the best thing that I find to do in those situations is to really channel my inner Timothy the Mouse from Dumbo and really think about those dancing pink elephants and those bubbles and how they shapeshift. And they really scare the out of you, right? Like those elephants are coming for you. So I channel my inner Timothy the Mouse. I visualize that horrific horror show of elephants dancing in my mind. And it gets me on a whole different mental plane and I'm good to go. Thank you, Timmy.
There you go. All right. Scary cartoon elephants. Got it. Randy, what about you? How do you get rid of the hiccups?
Well, it's taken a lot of trial and error over the years. But the tried and true method that I've come up with is it's going to sound a little weird, but it involves a helium balloon and a trampoline. So I go in the backyard. Not good during the winter because the trampoline gets a little too stiff. But you inhale the helium. You start doing somersaults on the trampoline while then singing When the Saints Go Marching In a really high-pitched voice. And they go away in no time.
Yeah, plausible.
It takes a lot of focus to be able to do that. Saints.
I saw you doing that once. I didn't realize it was because you had the hiccups.
It was the hiccups. I had too much scotch.
I had no
Randy,
idea.
are you aware there's a helium shortage? I mean,
Well, I'm sorry about that. I had to get rid of my hiccups somehow.
I know. I'm just saying you might have had a lot of hiccups you're dealing with. I now understand the shortage.
Yeah. Headmaster of all of us, wise one, what would you do to get rid of the hiccups?
I'm going to answer this honestly. So I've mentioned this before. I have ADHD. It's one of my superpowers. It's why I can think of the words quickly.
Words?
And
Tantons.
so one of the things that I do is I just place all of my focus and attention on the fact that I'm hiccuping, and I only ever have one hiccup. I just stop. I don't think I've had more than 2 hiccups.
Magical superpower.
So just
You're
a
like
hiccup.
Dwight Schrute, where you can control your own blood pressure.
That is an honest answer. I just focus on the hiccup and they just stop.
Will the hiccups away?
Yes, or I forget I'm hiccuping. Yeah, or I get easily distracted, and this is true, and I just forget that I'm hiccuping.
All right. These have all been very, very helpful answers, especially the slicing open of a mythological creature. But before I go into what I would do, which has been a tried and true method to remove the hiccups, John, would you like to say anything about any of these really wonderful responses? Molly's really eager to hear what you have to say.
No.
And I'll give you a quick little recap of what everybody said if you'd like. So Nate, he encourages the slaughter of a mythological creature and the stuffing of a human into it and sewing it up, removing them after a full night's sleep, and the hiccups are gone. It could possibly work. Molly chooses to envision scary cartoon elephants like the little Timothy mouse from the movie Dumbo, and that seems to have worked for her. Randy inhales helium and goes jumping on a trampoline while singing in that very high-pitched voice.
When the saints go marching in.
Go marching in. And Bob,
Sounds effective.
with his innate superpower to just will them away with the pure, sheer motivation of distraction.
ADHD, it's nothing but a useless superpower.
There you go. John, these have all, some of these could potentially work.
I think most of them work. I think they'll all work. Nate, first of all, while a tauntaun is fine, you can also use a dog. If your child is small enough, will work. It doesn't have to be a tauntaun.
I'm worried for your family dog.
Alan, cue the ASPCA disclaimer.
Llamas are also really good replacements, as tauntauns are hard to find. But
what about alpacas?
for extreme cases over time, that will get rid of the hit.
It's the lightsaber that's hard to find.
So for somehow bringing Star Wars into hiccups through the mind of your son, I give you 150 points for that. That was good.
Love it. Love it.
What I like to do when people have the hiccups is scare the shit out of them, just because it's an opportunity to do so. And Molly is apparently afraid of dancing pink elephants, which is a fear tactic, which definitely helps hiccups. So we're going to give Molly 200 points for coming up with a real answer. Helium and a trampoline, also very, very effective. Much like the tauntaun, it doesn't have to be when the Saints go marching in.
That's just what works best for me.
Works for you?
Maybe each individual has their own song.
Maybe like a Slayer song or something.
Right.
Maybe for you, John.
Coming around the mountain, man.
I enjoy myself.
Right. Yeah. And they'll be gone in about 40 minutes.
Yes.
And Bob's HDHD hiccup. I didn't give I didn't give points out. I'm sorry. Randy will give Randy 100 points for that. And Bob, for the whole one hiccup thing, I hate you for that. And you get 50 points.
My wife hates me for it too, so.
Yes.
After you have one hookup, do you yell out Uno?
Hick.
I got to be honest with you. I learned how to do it because I'm an actor first. So I got the hiccups on stage. I had to find a way to shut it off. So I did.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Same.
Bob, that is an amazing, amazing superpower that I would like to learn how to harness myself. And I have yet to figure out how to make the hiccups within my own body go away. But Bob is actually onto something with my method. Over the past several years, I've probably cured at least 20 different people of their hiccups by the pure mode of distraction. They tell me that they have the hiccups, and then I start asking them very specific questions that they have to think about, and they know the answers to, like, what did you have for breakfast yesterday? Or what were you wearing on Monday? Things that they know, but you have to, like, wait, what was I wearing on Monday? Monday I did this, and then I was wearing jeans, and I had a blouse, and then suddenly the hiccups have disappeared. This actually worked with last week's guest, Amanda. She was hiccuping so bad one day, and then I just started asking her what her and her boyfriend were eating for breakfast that previous week, and suddenly her hiccups were gone. So Bob was actually onto something with the distraction. It's simply the mode of, you can't really distract yourself. That's harder. So that Bob's brain distracts himself onto the next thing after hiccup 1 is amazing. True. And yes, we all
You're a witch. You're a witch. Spawner.
So to make it easier, I will burn myself later. So Marie, that was a great suggestion.
And now you can all take this and cure your friend's hiccups.
There you go. It's now time for our last 30-second or less question. John, what camp do you fall into? Video game, board game, crossword, or other?
That's hard.
That's a tough one. I'm going to have to go with crossword. I'm a word guy. I love crosswords. I'm not very good at them, but that whole idea of like getting into puzzles and figuring them out is pretty much how I've conducted my entire adult life. So I'm a crossword guy.
Yeah.
Follow-up question. For anybody here, is Sudoku a crossword? Cross number?
Sudoku is a logic puzzle.
A logic.
There you go.
That's my jam.
It's a patterned logic puzzle.
God knows.
So,
of course,
John,
he does.
As a crosswords guy, this next game is going to be a favorite one, I hope, and it's called Technically Correct, Molly's favorite game. I will read a description of a movie that is technically correct. Our faculty members will all come up with an answer as fast as possible. John will then award points based on the answers that he likes best. So, movie number 1. Ill-tempered visitors catch a bug. Ill-tempered visitors catch a bug. Marie, what do you have?
Oh my God. Men in Black.
Men in Black. Nate, what do you have?
Grumpier old men.
Grumpier old men. Molly.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And Randy.
Very large ants.
Alien.
Alien. So we have ill-tempered visitors catch a bug. We have Marie with Men in Black, Nate with Grumpier Old Men, Molly with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Randy with Alien. The answer was War of the Worlds.
Yeah, totally.
Ill-tempered visitors catch a bug. John, how would you like to score?
Let's see. I thought it was Men in Black, so we'll give Molly 70 points, and everybody else gets 50.
It's Marie. 70
points. Everybody else gets 50?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was Marie.
Yeah.
See how fair and honest I am?
You are fair and honest.
We're recording this. Alan would catch it.
Yeah, he'd catch it. All right, the next movie, a man's pipe dream becomes a nightmare. Nate, what's your answer?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
With Bob Hoskins and John
Molly, what do you have?
Tank Girl.
That's a good answer. So Tank Girl.
I don't know, there's pipes in it.
There are. Randy, what's your answer?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. And Marie?
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. All right. We have a man's pipe dream becomes a nightmare.
Man.
We have Nate's Super Mario Brothers, Molly's Tank Girl, Randy's Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Marie's Pineapple Express. The real answer was Nate's Redemption. I'm sorry, The Shawshank Redemption.
You missed it. You missed it.
Wait, hang on. Wait, okay. So you said the pipe dream. I immediately thought of Shawshank, but ends with what?
A nightmare. A
How does it
man's
end with-
pipe dream. Because what is the pipe filled with?
But that's not how it ends. It ends with him on the beach in San Juan Tanejo.
Flashback. A man's pipe dream becomes a nightmare. This has been a Balderdash Academy flashback.
Oh, I thought you said ends in a nightmare. Oh, my
It
first
becomes a
thought was
nightmare.
Shawshank. Oh my god. I'm gonna
That's
be
okay.
a Steve here
That's okay.
and be like, they didn't work together.
John, Nate's
That was brilliant. Bob.
perennial answer to almost everything is Shawshank Redemption.
And he missed
So
it.
how would you like to score? I think in spirit, Nate had it right. So how would you like to score, John?
All right, we'll give. I don't know, man. I'm gonna give 100 points for whoever said Tank Girl, just because.
All right, 100 points to Molly.
I actually
I love
got
that
some
comment.
points in this game.
And
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers, was that even a movie? Or
Yeah, Bob Hoskins. And
Yeah,
John
it was
Leguizamo.
horrible.
all right, we'll give you 100 points for that, and 75 for Raiders and Pineapple Express.
Thank you.
All right, 75 for Raiders and Pineapple Express. Our next movie, this one is in honor of John. A kid from Queens finds himself in a sticky situation. Molly, what's your answer?
Jeez, crow. Newsies.
Newsies. Newsies. Randy, what do you got?
Coming to America.
Coming to America. Marie?
A kid in King Arthur's court.
All right, kid in King Arthur's court. Nate, what's your answer?
Spider-Man.
So we have Molly. So the movie, kid from Queens finds himself in a sticky situation. Molly has Newsies. Randy has Coming to America. Marie has a kid in King Arthur's court, and Nate has Spider-Man. Well, the kid in this is from Forest, Queens. He has an Uncle Ben. It is, of course,
Yes,
Spider-Man.
Nate.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Shout out to
Also
Very
Newsies.
nice job. So, John, how would you like to score?
Well done. All right, so 150 for Spider-Man because I actually knew that one.
Yeah.
Or I thought I did anyway. But even before I came up with Spider-Man, my first thought was Coming to America. But of course, Eddie Murphy wasn't from Queens. He went to Queens to find his queen. So we'll do 100 points for Coming to America.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
100 points for Newsies just because you came up with that so fast. Yeah, for sure. And I'll give 75 points for King Arthur's Court.
Thanks.
There's something Queens-y in there that I'm not aware of. But anyway.
Well, it was a king.
All right. All right. Our last technically correct, a visitor to New York discovers that it's dangerous to fall for a blonde. Marie, what do you have?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Randy,
I'm gonna go with King Kong.
King Kong.
That's it.
Oh, man. God damn it.
I'm
Nate,
gonna say
what's your answer?
Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2. And Molly, what do you got?
That movie with the prostitute.
Pretty Women.
Is this the
Pretty
one where
Pretty
you're
Woman.
just going to keep on like
Pretty
stringing
Woman.
it along?
Pretty
Okay.
woman.
You mean the famous blonde?
Yeah, she dyed her hair
All right.
for the movie.
This is just like Bird Box. You just kind of describe it until somebody else gives you the answer.
King Kong.
Okay. All right. So We have a visitor to New York discovers that it's dangerous to fall for a blonde. We had Randy with King Kong, Marie with Godzilla, Nate with Home Alone 2, and Molly with Pretty Woman. The answer was Randy's King Kong.
Yeah.
Got my monsters mixed up.
All right.
Tauntaun.
So, John, how would you like to score?
All right. 50 for Randy for getting the right
Yeah.
answer. 125 points from Keith, basically giving him the right answer with the wrong answer. So I saw I'm going to give 100 points for Home Alone 2 because I don't know if Joe Pesci or whatever was a visitor. Wait a minute, that was Chicago. All right. 75 points. They did meet a blonde. They did meet a blonde. That was pretty.
The second one took place in New York.
Did it?
All right.
Yeah. It's Home Alone 2 Lost in New York.
He's not done, Bob.
I have no idea. All right, cool. How many points did I give you? We'll give you 25 more points then for that.
All right.
And coming up with the blonde.
All right.
And everybody's favorite blonde from Pretty Woman.
She's got a really big smile.
I don't know, Molly. I'm going to have to give you 75 points for that one.
That is generous. I will take that.
All right. All right. So that's it for tonight. It is now time for tonight's moral. So after listening to the questions tonight, after laughing with the faculty and our visiting professor, after playing our games, the moral of tonight's story is very clear. When you're out partying at a Slayer concert, make sure you and your drinking partners have a safe word. All right. So let's find out who won this thing tonight, shall we?
Oh, dear God.
We have myself in last place with 225 points. Next, we have Randy with 950. Molly with 1,100.
Who's it gonna be?
So now we're down to Marie and we're down to Nate. So did Nate win number 6? Did Marie win? Well, Marie has 1,170, which means Nate is our 6-time reigning champion with 1,300 points.
Every time I charade! Every time.
You got a lot of
It's
points
the
for your
curse.
charade.
So, John, thank you for being our visiting professor tonight on Balderdash Academy. The link to John's book, The Modern Gentleman, the guide to the best food, drinks, and accessories is available in the description. Thank you for visiting us at Balderdash Academy. I've been your headmaster, Bob LeBlanc. Joining me has been Professor of Computer Technology, Randy Hunt.
Au revoir.
We have our Professor of English Language Arts, Molly McGill.
I'm humble and gracious loser.
The image of poise, our Molly. Next, we have the Professor of Home Ec and Wellness, Professor Marie Stewart Harmon.
Numero dos.
We have our 6-time reigning champion, Professor of STEAM, Nate Green.
Nice
Buenas
job.
noches.
And of course, our visiting professor, we have John McCarthy.
Slanche.
Right on. Cheers, Joe.
Bye.
Flawless. All right. So, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to this video. Also remember that we have options available if you'd like to support the show directly. We also have merch available if you'd like to show your school colors. Links to everything are in the description. Thank you for watching and have a good night. For complete episodes and more, visit us at balderdashacademy.com.
What better way to cap off our time with visiting Professor John McCarthy than by explaining to him how sex is like a muddler, a cat, and a bicycle pump. Watch as we continue to not impress him. Yikes. Lots of great, yes, great is the word I'm looking for, great pointers, all in the bonus of episode 14, only on Balderdash Academy. Don't miss it.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You can find us on your favorite podcast service as Balderdash Academy. Go Dashers!